Hi, fellows. Here the description of the Freedom Method. Written and video material will be produced and made available in English as soon as possible. Why should I really be able to make you discover the truth about yourself, who you are, what you really want, and how to get it? Of course, knowing these things will launch you into a life of yours, more true. You will be and you will feel more alive and finally free to fully realize the happiness you have always dreamed of. But if you have not succeeded until now, there is a reason. Something has prevented you. This something and often the fear is often the fear of freedom. Personally, I have always loved the truth more than life itself. To the knowledge of the truth, I have consecrated all my 60 years of life. For this reason, I have renounced many times. It has prestigious positions, and it has big income and two important gifts, as it is, for example, entire houses. Until I found it. Many times I was wrong. I dedicated many years and energies to love in which I believed, and I had seen the light of truth in them, each time investing and losing all my financial resources, every time starting from scratch. I made a lot of mistakes, but were they mistakes? No. Today I know it was a lesson, very hard lesson, but from which I learned things that many cannot understand and know. I have been deluded for decades of following anyone who claims to be able to teach me the truth. It was very difficult to recognize that I have lived in the name of a wrong idea all the time. But I never stopped looking, even falling back to similar illusions several times. Throughout my research, I have accumulated many prestigious and official diplomas and awards, and many others in secret schools to cover entire walls, but they are all in a drawer. The list is too long. Just know that in most of the school I attended I was listed as the best of the course, except passing the teacher himself, for whom I was sometimes kicked out. Now I can honestly say that I know what can make anyone happy, and if you have a courage, I can teach you without making mysteries. I immediately tell you that the secret is freedom. Don't believe that being free is easy. To be free, you must know the truth first of all about yourself, and then about everything else. It's not something I can tell you directly. For your truth to come true, you must discover it within yourself. It takes a lot of courage, because you have often kept the truth about yourself hidden from you because of external judgments and from what they have inculcated since your childhood. The Freedom Method will have no compassion for false moral values that you probably believe are the bulwarks of truth, while instead they are the walls of your prison. I tell you right away that in this world it is impossible to be free if what you are looking for is the approval of society. I can help you because I know all the deceptions of the mind and of society that have kept you chained to a life that is not yours. I can teach you how to be finally free in all senses, and the wonderful feeling of finally being yourself is priceless. Once you get this awareness, it will stay with you forever, transforming you and your life into a miracle. Many diseases will disappear, at least all those of psychosomatic and nervous origin. The economic and financial limits will no longer have reason to exist. The disappointments and disillusions of love, affection, and even sexuality will become faded memories. Everything will be replaced by health, well-being, abundance of money, and happy and fully satisfying relationship. The limits of the past will disappear because they served to make you unhappy, to show you that life you were leading was not yours. If you really care about others, first you must be free and happy yourself. You cannot make anyone happy if you yourself are not. Therefore, you must be free to be yourself, free to live as you want. And if you don't know who you are, if you don't know what you want, if you don't know the truth about yourself, you can't be free nor happy. What is the most painful thing, the maximum punishment, the one that inflicts on wrongdoers? The prison. From there, all the prisoner wants is go out. Freedom. Everything else comes later. Your prison cannot be opened without the key. Another man, already clear, can tell you what to do to get out of the prison you built, that the society has built around you, is a prison made of lies, illusions, and wrong beliefs, not suitable for you, not yours. If you gave yourself a button that pressing it would suddenly free you from everything without the possibility of going back, would you press it? The truth is not for everyone. Are you ready to fly? Do you want to jump? Then come and follow me. For you I have prepared the Freedom Seminar. The Freedom Method can raise or lower your level of spiritual so-called understanding, as well as accentuate or reduce your internal attitudes and your external behaviors. It leads you to be totally sincere with yourself. It reinforces reality and erases all self-illusions. It leads you to recognize the truth about you, who you are and what you really want, increase the level of truth and freedom. From that moment on, real life begins, and true spirituality expressed in the material world and in material things. Operational Freedom Method. Phase 1. We raise the principle of freedom as a primary value supported by Jesus. Not everyone can accept it, even less are those who can bear it. Banish all shame and prejudice. There is no difference between one lifestyle and another from the point of view of truth. In order to be free to be yourself, one must break down all boundaries and all preconceived moral rules of good and evil. It is very hard thing, which corresponds to a symbolic death of everything you thought you were before. Besides, how could you be reborn if you don't die first? The refusal to die is also the refusal to be born again, so it is the refusal of a real life. An example of those who don't want to die are cancer, zombies, vampires. Reflection on the teaching, the real one, of Jesus on theft, immorality, prostitution, murder, and comparison with the way of Ninja, the Shadow Man. If, after this cleaning operation, any rule turns out to be truly yours, welcome. Phase 2 is important phase made writing with a pen, deep reflection to awaken one's forgotten or shelved desires, answering privately with oneself to targeted questions. Phase 3. Listening to the ITNA professional audio track, volcanic and ingenious, to find out what your unconscious, your soul, and your spirit want, to collect all your personal energies and put them at the service of what you really want. Get in touch with the future yourself who has already accomplished everything, and let yourself be told what awaits you and what are the steps to take and what is the first step to do now. Take the first step immediately, without waiting. The ITNA track, in 6 MP3 tracks of 45 minutes in total, will remain yours and can also be listened to in pieces. They either would to be start listening to it even before the Freedom Seminar. By registering in advance, it will be delivered to you immediately the download link. Review the targeted questions and possible modification of the answer in light of what emerged with listening to the ITNA track. Phase 4. Immediately incarnate the Messiah, the Christ in you with the symbiote method. Then turn the timeline upside down, put the future in the memories that are sure, and put the past among the fantasies, so no more so certain. You mix up the water and start living in the present according to the best possible future, no longer as a result of the past that no longer exists as a personal reality. Optional, evening together and dinner not included, with questions and answers. The fees are designed to allow everyone to participate. Registration deposit to be paid in advance, €100. Final participation, you decide how much to pay. If 1,000 or more, if 500 or less. You decide what your possibilities are in relation to the value of what you have received, not less than 1,000. Monthly payments, even small ones, are possible. Thank you.